pain and suffering. Instead of just cleaning it, I take it all apart and spread out all the pieces everywhere, because that was a smart thing to do. Welcome to Rip Roaring Garage. So I'm here reconditioning the Matco MB 7525 that I bought from Peter. Used to belong to his brother Jim. Dirty, very, very dirty. But that's what I'm going to be fixing on here. There's a couple of very important things I'll be covering in this video. Some of the things I know as a tool technician. I did this in the Air Force. I was fixing tools, toolboxes, not just cleaning them and whatnot. Basically everything from a complete overhaul to just lubing it the proper way and so on. First, I gotta make room. Why is there a freaking air hose here? And there's fender skirts there and a guitar. It'll have to be banged upon. This is not very good here. Oh, if I could figure. No, I need a heavy hammer. Maybe use this hammer like that. And let's see. No. How am I gonna bang you out? I don't really want to have to jack this up. Why are we moving? All right, so I did end up doing it this way. It's not perfect, but it'll work. Much better. And yeah, we're gonna have to paint. Okay, so here, the problem is like this. We got this bend out here, and whatever happened here in this corner, I'm gonna use the same method. Yeah, there we go. Now all this was done during transit, not when I was there, but I guess when Peter shipped it from, I guess, his brother's dealership or something like that. Considering what it used to be, not bad, huh? This whole area has to be done. We're also gonna do this. We got all the messed up areas, and this is overkill, really overkill. Oh, I gotta do that. Okay. Another lip right there that I gotta put with masking tape, hit it up. I just want the paint to really grab, because I'm gonna try a couple of things. I don't know if this is good or not, but it's gotta be better than the rust just sitting. It's the next day, and I didn't record anything at all, but I don't think you missed much because my paint skills are meh. So let me show you. Yes, there's a line there. That's the primer underneath. And oh, there's overspray. Because I'm a professional. Oh, this should come out. So that's what we're doing now. Polishing. Getting ready for prettification, and also the shop mom and the tire. No. Well, you went exactly where I'm. Go away, the other way. And this is what I just bought at a garage sale, and the best kind of garage sale that was like 2 houses that way. So for 200 bucks, I got a cast iron stove complete with the bugs. Look at that. Now I can burn all the evidence. I don't know about the paint or whatever, but you know, in case there's a doomsday, I can cook food. Gotta have my grill. Now, I did touch up with some rust reformer. There's some areas of bare metal, like that one that I just missed. Yeah, see. Yeah, I don't mind if I hit the bumps. The bumpers, the little gray things, and make them black. I don't care. Priority is getting the unpainted areas done. Which seems like Mac was a little... Matco was a little sloppy with edges and corners. And sorry if I'm talking like with pauses. I'm trying to both record, paint, and hold my breath. See, there's another area right there. Yes, awesome paint job. I don't care. As long as that moves up, that's fine. And you see there's still a lot of, well, it actually looks like rust. Come on. There's probably a little bit of rust forming, but most of this stuff is actually the old grease. And sometimes you just got to get the pressure washer, and you'll see in the videos the key areas where you want to get old gunked up grease out. All right, so I'm going to use this number 10 heavy cut because we got a lot of scratches, and also I want to test it out because I'm not going to go overboard. It's a toolbox. What can you do with virtually no skills when it comes to buffing and all this stuff? Because I don't know what I'm doing half the time with this. Oh, this is going to be fun. Let's bump it up to 6. More cutting cream because the scratches are deep. I don't think that's gonna do much, to be honest. That ain't gonna buff out. All right, so I'm gonna use Meguiar's finishing pad. I'm gonna test this out, but I have a feeling that A, I'm not gonna have enough, and B, ain't gonna make much of a difference on the back. You know, right? Well, it actually did something that does not show on camera at all. Still billion scratches, but it's a little more shiny. I'm gonna get to work. I'm just gonna do this because I want this to be quick and then show you guys the setup because I have an interesting idea. And trust me, it's gonna have the cutouts, but not the way I used to do it, not like this. Because this EVA foam is a pain to cut anytime you add a new tool. So I got a smart idea. All right, bottom line, actually, okay, I take it back. I was gonna say don't waste your time, but holy moly, this came out nice. Shop mom sneaking in the back. My paint still sucks, but the shine of the original paint is beautiful. It's really deep. I can see myself. But all the paint that I put on, the primer stuck, the regular paint burnt off. I was light on the edges, which held up, But then that disaster happened. So these didn't come out as good as I hoped. This area, you can't really see it, but this, I like how this came out. Still has a lot of the detergent, as you can see. Although, there's still a lot of grease in here, so we're not done. Okay, this is probably the hardest part on these boxes, is getting the hutch door back. So you have these little drawers. Ow! Wow, that is insanely sharp. You gotta lock them in the open position, and they just like latching back. So pull in, twist, pull in, twist. All of them are open. This is ideally done with a helper. Oh boy. Come on, helper, Mom. Hold that end. All right. Slide it in. Okay. Let go. Okay. Oh, f off. It didn't go in. It's not done. That one isn't in. All right. Oh, back. Oh, there we go, finally. That's what you need to do, okay? All right, you see it in there? And it pushes in, and then it rotates to stay so you can remove it. You push it back, spring pushes it forward, and now it's in. Obviously, things are gonna need, another wipe down, because I got fingerprints everywhere. But next is that huge thing. Let go. Move over. So then, I will ask. One and another one. I need a light. Never mind, I got it. Everything that I've had, like my Mac and the stuff I worked on in the military, the snap-ons, did not have these ball bearing types. So all the drawers had to come out so I can lube them. Now, as a reminder, this is the friction slide. You can see that's where the grease goes. The Snap-on recommends paraffin wax, and same with Mac. But typically we put some sort of, we had a grease, I can't tell you what it is commercially, but pretty much dab it in the rail, cycle it a few times, and you were good. Now obviously you got ball bearings, and oh my God, do these love to fall. And where do they fall? In there. And there. That one's okay because it comes out, but that one, it goes into the void. There's at least 5 balls in there. Now I was able to pop one out, measure it. They are 1/4 inch. Apparently a lot of them were made by Accuride, made in USA, but then offshored it. Possible that these are American ones, so I'm gonna hold on to these rather than get some cheaper, poorer quality ones. But they were abused. Yeah, you can kind of see how that one is mangled versus that. Nice and straight, nice and mangled. And it is a little stickier versus that just slides free. One finger. Come on, let me find the hole. And that one is a little sticky. Now, my feeling is it is that one there, and I'm gonna work on that a little bit more, but I'll do that off camera. Now, one of the most insane arguments that happens on forums between mechanics, DIYers, everybody. Nobody seems to agree on what lube to put on the slides. So I'm basically going by this stuff that I've used for decades. The stuff in that box is fine. I will be wiping down excess. I'm not in a high dust environment. If you do that, some people use the dry lube. It's a graphite based lubricant, right? I didn't want that because it actually creates dust itself. And I have this stuff, I don't have the other stuff. I'm using this, I have used it. It doesn't gunk up, it doesn't turn to that glue. And it's pretty okay with the dust. Worst case scenario, I have to do it again. It's not like the first time, because everything I do, I have to do 5 times. I'm a happy guy. Now the biggest problem with the toolbox are gonna be the slides. First thing to do is to get all this sediment. This is pretty much stuff from the bearings, which are just chrome plated steel bearings. They will corrode, especially when it sits. Don't worry too much about all the little balls and all the little bit of rust. In time, it will break free and clear itself out. Obviously, your lower ones are gonna have the most corrosion, like that. What you wanna do is move the drawer in all positions, and it's gone. Now pay attention to this one. It's hard to do with just one hand. Normally I kind of hold it with 2 hands, but you get the idea. I also like to hit up as much as I can around, so you don't want to leave any hidden spots. And you can see that ball there is heavily corroded. But as you spin it, you'll see that it's just very light surface coating. Now, obviously, if you got something that's really seized, just replace it. Replace the ball. You can tab these up and just pop out a ball one at a time. And the example of that is going to be, now this guy had a little defect, as you can see, right? This was bent up and it lost the ball in the back. The slide from the drawer went in, it pushed the whole thing down. They're supposed to be like that. This is a good example of a perfect slide. I'm not crazy about the ball bearing stuff, but for heavy drawers and heavy weights, there's not much you can do. You're gonna have to go with this, otherwise they will start jamming on you. Now, another thing I want to point out are these things. Now these, to be honest, I don't know what they're called anymore. The detents, the locks, what they do is, you saw that snap, and then when you pull it, it's gonna offer some resistance. The reason why they want that is when you're moving around this giant beast, you don't want drawers starting to open up and tip the box over. So you see this little front tab right here? Okay, that's one of these. I kind of break them off. It offers a little bit less resistance when opening and closing it. In my shop, I'm not moving my box a lot, so I want to prioritize ease of access. A couple other things I want to mention with the slides. When you put them in, I think it's this part here, there's a lot of friction going through as you push the drawer in. you're gonna curse yourself out, especially chasing after these balls, which is why I'm waiting on 500 of them because Amazon. Made in America, chrome plated steel balls, 1/4 inch. But if you're not sure on your box, pop one out. Helps if you do it with a magnet close so they don't go in there. And just measure it with simple calipers. They're not that critical as far as, you know, the tolerance. They should be able to spin freely. You just want them to be equal so they all bear the same amount of weight of the drawer. Otherwise, don't even bother if it's too small or too big. Too big is actually worse. All right, now I have another 15 years of putting the grease on, which I'm not sure if I mentioned it. Bicycle synthetic Teflon grease. I got it from my father. I don't know where he got it from. I think he may have got it off the back of a truck. Okay, so break in the toolbox because we're at war. And I think I started this war. We have, he doesn't want to be on camera, but I will plug his company. If you're in Rockland County or Bergen County, please call Bug Runner. They're not paying me. I've had really good success with rodent control and all that. So just give them a call because I believe in, like, you know, community and small businesses. So I have, what are they called?
Bald-faced hornets.
Bald-faced hornets.
You can put me on.
He is a pro. I am not. So I'm going to just step back.
I'm not too aggressive. So they would be swarming out if you didn't kill half the nest. So
I don't know how much I killed. I just hit it up with a little bit of brake cleaner, but
yeah, be careful, be careful.
Yeah. Retreat.
Yeah. You stand way back, way back.
Yeah, that's a lot of bugs.
Yeah, there's a lot left actually. No, there's actually a good amount left.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will stand here.
Make this thing through our jeans, so.
Yeah, I figure.
BT protects the important part, my eyeballs and stuff. But
Yeah.
so I wear it. I don't. When it's 90 degrees, I don't like wearing the pants. But today's cool. I couldn't.
There's another one. Okay, I don't feel bad now. That was the right call to make.
Yeah, that would have grown the next 2 weeks because it's staying warm out. I checked next week's weather. It's going to be in the 70s.
Okay.
If it dropped to the 50s, like it should soon, it would be different. But it's still too warm. They would have kept rebuilding. This is dangerous. They're very dangerous, these guys.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't recognize them as hornets or anything.
Yeah, bald-faced hornets, they're called.
How long do you think they've been there?
I don't know. A couple. We could build that in a couple weeks.
Okay.
You could have had it all summer if you didn't look back here, because that was pretty big.
Yeah, most likely.
That's it.
Okay.
And if it starts rebuilding, just call us. It's no charge to come back.
Oh,
Plenty of dust.
one of the runners came by.
Back. They'll fly back for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
If there's any activity on Thursday, call us.
So there you go. That's how I would have gotten stunned and killed. So that's why I called the pro. Now that's what's underneath, a lot of gunk. Sure, not perfect. There's still like areas where there's some scuffs. Bottom line is, when you're gonna clean a box, don't expect it to be like a car. Still waiting on the little balls. Now this is my method. Do what you want to do, right? There is a lot of grease. Excessively so. Now there's a method to that madness. One, it was a lot easier to apply. So if you're like me and you have a bad back or whatever, being bent over, you know, getting underneath all that, screw the grease. Just put it on, get as much as, you know, do what your body tells you to do. Don't break your back over it. It's just a box. The second reason is I let the grease work its way where it needs to be. Once I kind of open these drawers back and forth, and once they're full, because that's a big difference. Empty drawers, full drawers, night and day as far as where the stress points will be. Let the bearing decide. Once you got it full, you open it up a couple of dozen times, then you can wipe the excess and get to cleaning the sides, like all that, right? It's my opinion. That's why how I did it back in the day when I used to clean these toolboxes, and I never had one that was touched by me, inspected by me, that failed out on the flight line. So take that with a grain of salt. Oh, and a safety tip, very important safety tip. Yeah, that's blurry. These are insanely sharp, so when you run your fingers through to, you know, put the grease on the top part of the bearing, you're gonna get cut. I got one here. I got a nasty one here. Problem is I don't feel when I get cut until it's like, why is there freaking red paint on my slides? So make sure to wear gloves, something heavy, even those cheap whatever ones. I know they suck when you're applying grease because you kind of want to feel, or just be careful. And if you get cut, you get cut. It is what it is. If somebody asks you why you got all these cuts on your hands, you can tell them you had sex with the Catwoman. I don't know. Now, the second to final thing is going to be addressing this. I'm tempted to use a Noxon and the Mother's Powerball, but I also have that, if you remember this episode where I was polishing that piece that went on the bus, I'm tempted to use the Dialux. And we're gonna compare which one is better, because I've been using Noxon my entire life, I admit. I see a lot of nicks and, you know, from grabbing and all that. Aluminum is soft, and it will oxidize to this very tough white aluminum oxide layer. It's insanely tough to break through with Noxon alone. So that's why I'm tempted to just go with a heavy duty polisher and the Dialux. But that's gonna be tomorrow. I wanna put all the drawers in. My balls are coming in tomorrow, because I'm missing 2 balls. Yes. Good news, everyone. I got balls, but they're small. All right, obviously I got enough for pretty much the rest of my life. It's a good to either cut out the label, put it inside whatever container. In this case, the sticker came off and it, you know, they're hot. Now I'm gonna show you the tools that I use when it comes to replacing the bolts. One of the most underrated is the magnet. Make sure it doesn't fall in all sorts of weird places. Need some regular pliers and some needle noses. All right, let's pop one in. Hey, get in there. All right. Now, I kind of bent this back just enough to where it's underneath the size of the ball. So when I push it in, it snaps in and doesn't fly everywhere, especially because I got to put 2 of them. Next one, snap it in. Now, I gotta get this tab level with that so the drawer can clear it. Now, I'm putting the edge of this one outside of the diameter of the ball so I'm not squeezing against it. Kinda tricky. A little bit more. Whoops, I wanted to do that a little bit on purpose. Shove that one in, grab this, all right. And now we're straight, moves freely. And we're gonna have to pay special attention when I slide the drawer in, that it goes between these and doesn't snag on that. Now I'm going to, what is wrong with my hair? I'm gonna put the lube and I'm gonna slide the drawer in, and I'm gonna show you how that's done in a second, because we got another thing that just came in today, and I always put my hand in my fucking face. All right, here we go. Drawer in hand. You see, these are the 2 outlet rails I was talking about. Gonna get those in there. Do the same on the other side. Now, the critical part is when those two outward rail parts, maybe you can see them, right? When they start approaching the slide itself. So you're gonna get close. Obviously the whole thing will go in. And now you feel a little bit of resistance. Wiggle it around. If it starts to move, you're good, because there's also that plastic piece there that offers resistance. All right, now you would think that's like, oh, that's bad. It's, no. That's the way they go in. Now I got some Dialux Rouge in case this other method won't work. I got Aluminum Deoxidizer and Purple by California Customs. Not endorsed, and I'm not gonna do the whole thing. This is basically for me. I wanna test it out. Is the hype real? Does this stuff really work without freaking elbow greasing and whatnot? What they recommend is you gotta put it on with a rag or a towel. I don't know if this thing interacts with paint or anodized stuff like on the aluminum handles here. So I cover those. I also don't want any dripping. So I'm gonna use this, or maybe not this in this case. I'm gonna use something like this. That ain't gonna work. The reason I did this kind of goofy setup is to keep the drawer away in case I do use any kind of rotary whatnot. I don't want any splatter around the paint. It might be overkill, it might be fine. I know the other polish, the purple, is fine, but I don't know much about this stuff. I don't know everything, and anybody that says they do is an idiot. Yeah, got a little cover in here. How the hell do you take this out? Nah. Why did I feel like I picked the worst? Oh, that burns. Wow, this stinks. Okay, they say clockwise, counterclockwise. Then with the direction against the direction. They say it's supposed to cloud up very fast. And turn milky white, which I'm not seeing. Problem is, that means more labor. I was hoping to get away with some easy work, just put this on and let the chemical do the work. Apparently not. I don't see any milkiness, but for the sake of being objective and whatever, I am going to try and use the purple as well. They say to use this on a piece of carpet, which I don't have, so I'm gonna use a sock. One of the many hospital socks I have, because I'm a sick fuck. Runny as hell. The reaction should turn this into a black kind of substance, and we're not seeing that at all. Well, maybe I am, but they say polish until you start seeing shine coming out from underneath the black stuff. All right, and then they say a clean one to wipe everything down. I think just, wow, that is nice though. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the DA, I'm gonna try some rouge. Got the pad all nice and infused, so I'm gonna do a section like around here. I think we know which one's the winner. That's better. Let's do the stinky crap again. Bottom line is, there's no easy way to do this. You're gonna be, even with the grinder, you're putting elbow grease. Yeah, whoever said to just wipe it on, wipe it off, you gotta polish. All right, let's try this. So I'm done, but I'm not gonna show you yet, so please stick around till the end to see the final product. Or you can be whatever and just skip to the end, but I wanna show you something else. Now what I'm gonna do here is add some panels to the side. Pretty much where I'm pointing, right? At the bottom there, we had some denting. So I wanna cover that up because my painting sucks. And what better thing to use than something that matches the overall feel of the box. Now I already had these, otherwise I probably wouldn't have spent the money for it. Now I have several different methods here. Tin snips, die grinder or the big grinder, or the shears. These things are Ket, they're K200, they're ancient, still work. These are actually really precise with the cut. I like these a lot. Again, they're 40 years old. They're Wiss, but marketed as Craftsman. You'll see that one has this like, you know, Chad jawline of a jaw right here. That's the side where your little strip is gonna start curling up, leaving this untouched, well, unbent. Now, that's a flat tire waiting to happen. I'm going to give myself a rough cut around between 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch outside the line I want, right? These are my lines that I want, and this is my rough cut, which I'm gonna use the shears because they're faster and I don't wanna waste any time on this. So I'm gonna slice it in. Now this thing does take out a big chunk. This is very light stuff. It's nowhere near the thickness of what Matco was using. All right, I am wearing gloves on this because this stuff is gonna be sharp as hell. I think the reason why I was binding up is because of the plastic. I left that on. Now we'll see on this side where I took the plastic off because I want to see the condition. Yeah, I know. Enough talking, let's get to... You're not supposed to let go like I just did there. The diamonds are making it very tricky. Now, I can't use it like that because that's gonna start putting pressure. The Chad jaw is gonna push up on the part I want straight. So I'm gonna get the left hand. So you guys probably know that there's not really a left hand, right hand, it's just how it cuts. And for exactly this, what part of your metal do you want coiling up, what part you want straight. Okay, so I did a polish. I didn't go nuts. Well, actually I did go nuts, but the final nice polish is gonna be once it's on. All right, now this, I wanna make sure I got each proper side. All right, so this is left, that's the down. Probably won't see that, but the bottom line is I wanna make sure that the nice cut surfaces from the factory will be facing up and towards the top. I'm gonna do one final cut measurement. The tape is just gonna be my marker. And this is always easier when you have a helping hand, but we'll just have to make do. Make sure that's good there, that's good there. All right, let's double check. And we're ready to peel off the tape. Now, I've never used this brand of double stick tape. It says 3M on it, but like with most of the Amazon stuff, I don't have a lot of faith that it's original, so we'll see. Also, I have no idea if this stuff is going to be a pain in the ass to remove if I never need to remove it, so there's that too. Zoop. Zoop. And zoop. Okie dokie. One last check. It's all good. I put my fingers here like that. All right, top is done. And I'm a little bit underneath there. Oh well. And just roll it in. And I'm finally done. I'm hoping a lot of these tips will help you guys. Probably the biggest thing to take away is that you can have a badass looking toolbox for the price of a Husky, US General, Harbor Freight, all that. And something that you know is gonna last you. If you stuck around this far, you know, I appreciate you sticking around. My schedule is chaotic, so if you do like the stuff, please hit the bell.
Oh, a new video from this guy.
But back to this box. I'm happy with it. I'm very happy. And again, I'm very grateful to Peter. What I'd like from you guys is to give it a name. This box needs a name. Obviously, there's a contender of Jimmy, but put it down below. I'll check around. So this is Rip Roaring Garage. Oil is thicker than blood. And double stipping. I speak the English good.